All right, we're going to talk today about dyeing vine items. And the materials we need to dye the vine items are gallon size baggies, or I prefer to use reusable silicone baggies. For the larger vine items that we have here, the gallon size works great. You're going to need food dye, human grade food dye, and you can use Wilton or you can use Americolor. I happen to have Chef Master for this one. And you can use either the liquid, the drops, or you can use the gel. You need some apple juice. Apple juice tends to have the least color in it, so it gets the best color on the vine items. And you definitely need gloves. This stains a lot. And then you're going to need a place to dry the vine items. Now these are some of the types of vine items that you could be dyeing. We have vine stars. We have 2-inch vine balls. And today what we're going to be dyeing is our vine lanterns. Those get used for the stuffed lanterns and then some of the other specialty toys. When you're using a gallon size bag, you can fit about 6 to 8 of the 2-inch vine balls or the vine lanterns in there, depending on the size of the items. If we're dyeing the small 1-inch vine balls or the small vine stars, we probably use a quart size bag. When you mix the apple juice, you mix it with the hottest tap water you can, because we want it to be warm when it goes in there. It kind of opens up the fibers on the vine items and lets the color soak in. The other thing you want to be careful with is to wear clothes that you don't mind getting stained, or wear a smock or an apron, because it does stain. So I use disposable gloves when I work on it. And then we're going to take the Ziploc bag, or like I said, I use a silicone reusable one, and we're going to pour, for 8 vine items, we're going to use a full measure of the apple juice, which is 1 can of apple juice and 3 cans of water. You just mix it according to the directions on the frozen juice. You can use pre-mixed juice too, but the frozen juice is less expensive. So then you have the juice in there, and you just do a pretty good squirt of the color. And then we're going to seal it and mix it before we put the items in. All right, so once we have the dye mixed, we're going to put the items in. So once we have the items in the bag, in this case we're only going to put 6 in because that seems to be plenty. We're going to close it and make sure it's closed, because as I said, the dye stains a lot. Then we're going to kind of spread the vine items out, let some of the air out so that they'll be covered. Seal it back up again. And we're going to make sure they're flat in there. And then we'll soak these for anywhere from 20 minutes to a couple of hours, not more than a couple hours, because they will get soft and unravel. In about, probably 10 to 15 minutes, we'll turn this over to make sure that the dye gets on both sides of the vine items evenly. And I'm going to set them down in the sink. You can use your sink or a dish pan or something that if it leaks, it's not going to stain. So now we're going to let that soak, and then we'll show you how they get dried. All right, we've soaked the vine items, and now we're going to take them out so that we can dry them. What you're going to need is, I always like to put a towel under the pan in case there's drips. And then you need a cookie sheet with a rack on it. You can use ones that are stacked racks, but if you do, just remember, don't put different colors on top of each other, because they will drip down onto each other. So if you're stacking your racks, because you're doing a lot of them, only stack racks that you put the same colors on. And then you can either take your vine items out with tongs, or I just use my hands. And you take it out and let it drip a little bit into bag and you just set it on the rack. So that they have a little bit of room between them so they can dry nicely. Now these you want to make sure they're really dry before you make them into toys. They usually take, depending on the temperature and the humidity in the air, they usually take 1 to 2 days to dry. You want to make sure they get really dry. The thing we want to be careful with any of the items that we soak or dye is that you get them very, very dry, because mold will kill rabbits, and so we don't want anything to mold. And then what I do is I save this dye, and then I'll usually do, like, I'll dye some raffia that we use in other toys, or a lot of times if I'm dyeing things, I dye things for more than one toy at a time so that I don't waste the apple juice. But that's all there is to dyeing vine items.